Before we start, let me ask you something. Right now, as you sit here, trillions of invisible forces are acting on every single atom in your body. Every second, without stopping. What creates these forces? Why does a comb rubbed on hair suddenly attract tiny paper bits? Why does your phone screen respond to your finger? Why does your heart beat electrically? These are not separate questions. They all have one single answer. Every single one of those phenomena starts with one word. Charge. Electric charge. That is what electrostatics is about. And today, we build this from the very first principle. What exactly is electric charge? Think of it like mass. Every object has mass, you cannot remove it. Similarly, certain particles have charge as a built-in, fundamental property. It is intrinsic, it belongs to the particle itself. Let us zoom into an atom. At the center is the nucleus, containing protons and neutrons. Protons carry positive charge. Surrounding the nucleus, electrons orbit at very high speed. Electrons carry negative charge. Neutrons carry zero charge, completely neutral. Charge comes in exactly two types. Positive, carried by protons inside the nucleus. Protons are tightly bound and almost never leave in normal conditions. Negative, carried by electrons orbiting the nucleus. Electrons are loosely bound and can be transferred from one object to another. That is why charging is always about electron movement. The SI unit of electric charge is the coulomb, named after French physicist Charles Coulomb. 1 coulomb is an enormous amount of charge. It equals the charge of 6.25 times 10 to the power 18 electrons. In practice, we almost always work with microcoulombs or nanocoulombs. Here is a key fact. Every object around you, your chair, your book, your hand, is normally electrically neutral. That is because the number of protons equals the number of electrons, and their charges perfectly cancel. When you charge an object by rubbing, you are not creating charge from nothing. You are only transferring electrons. Now the most important rule in all of electrostatics. Like charges repel each other. Two positives push away, two negatives push away. But unlike charges attract, a positive and a negative pull toward each other. This is exactly why electrons stay in orbit around the nucleus. The negative electron is attracted to the positive proton at the center. Here is a deep question. When you rub a plastic comb through your hair, it becomes charged and attracts paper bits. Where did the charge come from? Did you create it by rubbing? Was it formed from nothing? Think carefully before we reveal the answer. The answer is no, you did not create any charge. You only transferred it. This is the law of conservation of charge. The total charge of any isolated system remains constant, always. Charge can never be created from nothing. It can never be destroyed. It can only move from one place to another. Watch this animation. When a glass rod is rubbed with silk, electrons jump from the glass to the silk. The glass loses electrons, it becomes positively charged. The silk gains those electrons, it becomes negatively charged. Before rubbing, total charge was zero. After rubbing, glass has plus Q and silk has minus Q. Plus Q plus minus Q is still zero. Conservation holds perfectly. This type of charging, by rubbing, has a special name, triboelectric charging. Tribo comes from the Greek word tribine, meaning to rub. When two different materials are rubbed together, the one that holds electrons more tightly takes electrons from the other. Silk grips electrons more strongly than glass, so silk becomes negative and glass becomes positive. Can you have half a rupee coin? Can you have 1.5 students sitting in a classroom? Of course not, these things come in whole numbers only. Now the big question, can you have half an electron's worth of charge? Can charge be any continuous value, like 0.7 e or 1.3 e? The answer, which surprise even scientists, is no. Charge is quantized. It comes only in fixed, indivisible packets. The smallest packet is the charge of one single electron. You can have 1, 2, or a billion, but never 1.5, never 0.7. Always a whole number multiple. This gives us the quantization formula, Q equals N times E. where Q is the total charge on any object, N is any integer, 0, plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, and so on, and E is the fundamental unit of charge, 1.6 times 10 to the power negative 19 coulombs. Memorize this value. It appears in almost every electrostatics calculation. Look at this visualization. Each circle represents one fundamental unit of charge, 1 E, equal to 1.6 times 10 to the minus 19 coulombs. Red circles are positive charges, blue circles are negative charges. You can count 1, 2, 3, any whole number. But never a fraction. Charge is discrete, not a continuously flowing quantity. Let us solve a problem. A body carries a charge of negative 3.2 times 10 to the minus 19 coulombs. How many excess electrons does it have? Use Q equals Ne. Rearrange. N equals Q divided by E. Substitute. 3.2 times 10 to the minus 19, divided by 1.6 times 10 to the minus 19. Answer. N equals 2. The body has gained 2 extra electrons, making it negatively charged. Second problem. 5 times 10 to the 18 electrons are removed from a neutral body. What charge does it gain? Apply Q equals Ne. N equals 5 times 10 to the 18, E equals 1.6 times 10 to the minus 19. Multiply. Q equals positive 0.8 coulombs. The body lost electrons, so it became positively charged. There are two levels at which physicists understand charge. At the microscopic level, inside atoms, charge is clearly discrete. You count individual electrons. But at the macroscopic level, everyday objects, you have 10 to the 23 charges, so the discreteness is invisible. Charge appears to flow continuously, just like water appears smooth even though it is made of individual molecules. Quantization of charge was experimentally proved by Robert Millikan in 1909. He suspended tiny oil droplets between two charged metal plates and measured the exact charge on each drop by balancing the electric force against gravity. Every drop's charge was always a whole number multiple of 1.6 times 10 to the minus 19 coulombs, never a fraction. He received the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1923 for this measurement. Let us bring it all together. Electric charge has three fundamental properties. First, it is an intrinsic property of matter. Two types, positive, carried by protons, and negative, carried by electrons. Second, charge is conserved. Total charge of any isolated system never changes, it only transfers. Third, charge is quantized. Any charge is always a whole number multiple of E, where E equals 1.6 times 10 to the negative 19 coulombs. These three laws are the foundation of all electrostatics. These are not just textbook ideas. When you touch your phone screen, you transfer charge to a capacitive grid, the phone detects exactly where. Lightning rods protect buildings by giving the clouds charge a safe path to Earth, direct conservation of charge. A photocopier charges its drum in a pattern, and toner particles carry the opposite charge, so they are attracted exactly to those spots, printing your document. Charge, conservation, quantization, you already use all three, every single day. And finally, carry this one formula everywhere, Q equals Ne. This connects the microscopic world of electrons to the macroscopic charges you measure in the lab. The value E equals 1.6 times 10 to the minus 19 coulombs is the heartbeat of all electricity, from the spark of a rubbed comb to the lightning bolt in a thunderstorm. Every electrical phenomenon in this universe begins exactly here. Excellent work.